Welcome back to track number 4. We've got plenty of time. We've got just under 5 minutes to the start of the next game. We are getting set for quarterfinals.
It is the first of the quarterfinals, at least on this track. We will be seeing the Westside Derby Dolls taking on the Van Diemen Rollers.
Fantastic. Both of these teams having some great games so far. We can't wait to see what the quarterfinals are going to bring. Hopefully it's tight, hard, fast, and fun to watch at home. We are so glad that you're here joining us on the YouTube feed live from Adelaide, South Australia. It's Sunday of the Queen's Birthday long weekend, and that means it's the Great Southern Slam 2018.
Certainly.
It certainly
is.
Yes, right there. Your silly sausage. Now, shall we get some teams? Let's get some teams.
Let's get some teams.
All right, let's call the Van Diemen Rollers. So playing for the Van Diemen Rollers from Northwest Tasmania, we have 1010 Zen Dogger, 112 Jungle Muffin, 131 Grazed Anatomy, 309 is Morgana Le Fay, 333 Danger Mouse, 420 is Roller Doobie, 5 is Loki Motive, 64 Slamby, 666 The Beast, 8 is Bootyful, 82 Rackamrini, and 881 is 5 Foot. Benchies today are Batmangled, Dinosaur, Deanne Radford, and Mega Hearn. My name is Pants too, by the way. Hi.
Hi, my name is Willowmina, and I will announce the Westside Derby Dolls. We have number 007, Fatalicious, number 07, Rory Spillmore, number 114, Crotch Candy, 127, Crosby Wheels and Smash, 158, Big Shorty, 16, Tenacious, 162, Florence the Machine, 222, Susie Quantro, 333, Manic Adventure, 369, Matoki Slaughter, 39, Sadistic Smell, 73, Oreo McFury, number 8, Goldie Blocks, 89, Massacre Jones, and 915, Biffy Kaleido.
Nice to see the refs getting a little huddle in and a bit of a woo. So that's good to see the refs out here nice and early and getting the team spirit going as well. They're, of course, pumped to be part of the finals as well.
Yes, and I can even tell you who the refs are by the looks of things.
Get out.
I know. Thank you to the wonders of technology and to the head of our commentating team, Count to Bumps. I can tell you that the head ref today is Chunk Rock Girl. We have Chris Durrant, Kayla, Axiom Addict, Quadfather, Miss Cray Cray, and Skate Spear. And our non-skating officials, Bruznikov, Moni, Ms. Smackman, Sister Violence, Mischief Managed, Fisty Muff, Scream Punk, Homicide, and your head NSO there is Moni.
Fantastic. Thank you very much to all of these officials and to all the other officials at the Great Southern Slam. We are very grateful and thankful for your hard work throughout the whole weekend. Thank you. Teams are getting pumped on the sidelines here, just getting ready to hit the track and get things underway. We're just under a minute left to go. Of course, quarterfinals and semis coming your way this afternoon and evening, and then tomorrow, last bit of the semis, and then exhibition bout.
Yeah, looking forward to that exhibition bout. That will be very exciting. The VRDL All-Stars versus the Div 1 MVPs. So
it's going to be pretty exciting.
I assume that will be a boutcast as well for those of you unable to be here in glorious Adelaide.
Yeah, that will be coming your way, I think, around midday-ish tomorrow, South Australian time, and it will be from Track 1. Track 1 also being broadcast in Adelaide on Channel 44 tomorrow, so public TV getting in on the Great Southern Slam as well. So we're going to be live on the YouTube and live on, of course, at the Wayville Showgrounds and live on broadcast TV.
We will be all over the place.
Everywhere.
So that is tomorrow, but we still have many games of Derby to look forward to today. I think there's at least 3 more after this one on most of the tracks.
Yep.
So stay tuned to your YouTube channel and keep an eye on the action on 4 of our 5 tracks here at the Great Southern Slam. No feed from track 5. We just ran out of volunteers.
No, we didn't. We just ran out of internet. It's the NBN.
Well, yeah, okay.
Okay, we are getting set for the start. Nice to see a couple of people jumping in on the feed already. Jack Smith saying, go Grayston Anatomy. Robert Daniel saying, let's go Westside. So great to see some love. Thanks for joining us. So I had the privilege of calling the Van Diemen Rollers earlier today, and a lot of love from across the Tasman. Thanks so much for chipping in, and the team certainly did feel the love as they fought so hard and did so well. So let's see what we're going to get up here first. It's a little difficult to see because, of course, we've got the same view that you have. It's a bit difficult to see people's numbers from this angle, but we'll do our best to just relay who's jamming and who's blocking, and help you be part of the action with us. The pre-game clock has one down, so we're just waiting for, looks like, one official. And when the whistle blows, you know that we're not far off. There is that whistle.
Yes, there has been a slight change to the officials roster by the looks of things, because not on my list was Leith, who's now sitting next to me. Hi, Leith. He looks like he's run from another track to be here, and is also our tournament head NSO, I believe. So he's a very busy man this weekend, and he is
so great that he could take a little time out and score keep.
I suspect he's quite grateful to be sitting down, quite honestly.
All right, we do have action on the track now. Westside Derby Dolls being held at the front by the VDR defense. That's Grace Anatomy in there doing the damage, and we have 1-6 coming through. That's Tenacious, who is the first lead jammer for today, and taking on dramatic pause. It is Locomotive.
There you go.
Oh, Locomotive copping a nice block there. That was, I'm not sure who that was in there.
We're taking out, it's
someone wearing a different number to what their
what
their actual name is.
A Bifficollido, by the looks of things.
Okay.
So
good stuff.
Oh no, it's just that her number has written up, so it's not a 0, it's a 9, and that is in fact Biffy.
Okay, well there you go. Again with the fun and games with numbers. So Locomotive being recycled back a long way here. Meanwhile, 5 points for Tenacious, and the Westside Derby Dolls kicking out to an early 10-point start. And
2 of the Van Diemen Rollers taking a seat in the penalty bin.
Now being joined by another one, so she'll be waved off.
She'll need to return to the track and wait her turn.
Yep, so that is Grace Anatomy there. And almost was another blocker heading to the bin, I thought, but nope. That is 5 foot.
Yes, it is. Another
5 foot being sent off as well.
To the bin.
Oh, dearie me. So all of the blockers for Van Diemen Rollers hitting the bin early. That is
all of them picking up a penalty in that jam. Looks like the penalty box manager holding up a sign for someone to report they are in the queue.
Yeah, that would be Grace Anatomy. So off we go. A lot of Van Diemen love already on YouTube. You beauty. Thanks for joining us. Also Westside from Melbourne. Get on the YouTube. Enjoy the live stream. Watch your teams in action. Here we go. Okay, that is Reckamrini for VDR. And Reckham is stuck at the back of the pack at the moment. Nice work here from Jungle Muffin in the blocker position. But
that is Big Shorty out for lead jammer for the Westside Glory.
Nice skating moves here from Big Shorty on the outside. Very agile and able to work her way through for a 5-point pass. Recamini just trying to get through, but it's hard work up the front here. Great work from Westside Derby, just crowding her out.
Yeah, we saw some really good defense from them yesterday against the Northern Beaches Roller Girls, and we're seeing the same defense here today.
Recamini has actually sat down in the penalty box, so now it's a power jam for Westside. Not what like Van Diemen were looking for early. But as we saw in our last game, Van Diemen were also a bit slow out of the blocks and absolutely came back with an amazing come from behind, almost victory.
I'm sorry I missed seeing that.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Maybe I'll watch it later.
Like every other game that we've got being live streamed will also be archived on the YouTube channel today.
Yes, all the stupid things I say on the live feed kept for perpetuity.
The internet will never forget us. Oh, nice step through on the outside.
Yeah, some lovely offense there from the West Side blockers.
And great work from Rory Spilmore to stay in bounds. Nice stuff. Recamini returns to the track, trying to sneak around, take the blockers by surprise. They were wise to that maneuver.
Yeah, Rory Spilmore, one of the blockers we saw, jammers rather, we saw a lot of yesterday in that first game. And she's out again for the Westside Glory. And there has been a star pass, so Morgana DeFay even.
Yes.
Is now the jammer, but
briefly
not picking up any points for the Van Diemen Rollers.
No, Rory Spilmore instead decides to caress the concrete affectionately with her face and calls off the jam. The reflection section, is that right? Well, I'm sure Slamby will do her best to stay out.
Yeah, that's a Brix creation apparently. Brix letting me know via Gilly that we now call the sim bin the reflection section. Time to sit and have a think about what you did in the reflection section, but it is all clear at the moment.
Boy, here we go out the front. It's Danger Mouse. Only two more blockers to get past to become lead jammer.
And she is juking around, takes a big stack, and is doing what she can to try and get around those West Side blockers, but they are now recycling her.
Yep, so Florence the Machine was the final blocker there to do the damage. So now we have Tenacious through. Danger Mouse still trying to get through for her initial pass. Zabeast unable to stop Tenacious. And Danger Mouse finally, almost around the outside, cut off at the last second by Crosby Wheels and Smash.
Meanwhile, the Westside Glory Jammer has gone to the reflection section to hand power jam to the Van Diemen Rollers and to Danger Mouse.
Sounds like you should be doing some Buddhist chanting or something in there. Maybe light a candle.
Bit of Zen. A bit of a Zen moment in the sin bin. Some big hits being laid on Danger Mouse. She goes down again.
Yep, scrapes herself off the concrete and goes back in and gets a bit more Slamby, encouraging her to get in there and get it on.
Well done to the West Side blockers for keeping Danger Mouse in the pack for the entirety of their jammer's penalty. Danger Mouse is now through, dusts herself off, and attempts to maybe put some points on the board for VDR, but not quite because the whistle is not her friend. The clock timed out on her.
And that is the end of the jam. So the Glory ease themselves out to a 53-0 lead. Van Diemen not troubling the scorer yet, but they certainly seem to have won over a few fans. Quite a number of people sitting at turn 2, encouraging the Van Diemen Rollers as they make their way around. That's got to make you feel good, doesn't it?
I do love the Van Diemen Rollers bright green hoodies. It made them very easy to spot the other day. I was walking through Rundle Mall and I saw these group of people in bright green hoodies, and I suspected they must be Derby people, and they were, and I went up and I gave them a fist bump because it didn't matter that I didn't know them. This is Great Southern Slam, this is Roller Derby, and we are all friends even though we don't know it yet.
We are definitely very friendly here. And the Jam and Morgana Le Fay trying to pick up some points, not possible, and the Jam being called off before anyone could score any points at all. Looks like some of the Murder City Roller Girls have sitting on the sideline in the Van Diemen Roller Girls section, just lending their support as well. That is awesome. I think Van Diemen won over quite a few fans at their last game with their tenacity and their never can say die attitude. And looks like that is Rory Spilmore through, and not Lee Jammer, but no pass, no penalty being issued. So lead is still open for Van Diemen Rollers to get some, but instead they're just getting smashed in the middle here. That's Florence the Machine again.
Yeah, Jungle Muffin there trying to do what she can to get through this fearsome pack of Westside blockers, but well, it looks like she might be through now. Thanks to a no-pack situation. Yep. And she's picked up Lee Jammer. She will come around and try and score some points so that she can get Van Diemen Rollers on the board.
Looks like Zabist and Beautiful both heading to the penalty area at this stage. So Van Diemen a little light on track at this point of the Jam.
Jungle Muffin being recycled all the way back to the end of the engagement zone there. And calling off the Jam. And that is 4 points for the black team and 3 to the blue team. So we have the Battle of the Bruisers here, black and blue. I'm sure they'll beat each other, black and blue. And
they'll do their level best, I'm sure.
Absolutely, but all in the name of Derby.
And that's the best name to do it in.
Absolutely. That does take Van Diemen Rollers off the big 0 to 4 points.
Here we go.
That looks to me like Goldie Blocks jamming for the Westside Glory.
Yes, and out of play, so it has to be let go. So Goldie Blocks is the lead jammer. Zabist just cycling through that blocking by the Westside Derby. Trying to find a way up front, see if we can stop Goldie Blocks, and the short answer is no, and she picks up a blocking out of play penalty into the bargain as well. End of the Jam. Whistles going everywhere. 5 points signaled by the Jam ref. So Glory head off to 70, and no more for Van Diemen just yet. Timeout called by the green team. Van Diemen Roller.
Isn't it?
No.
Oh, no.
They were in
green.
It
was just the blue jammer. Jam ref called the timeout, but on the black and green team. That's why I was a bit confused.
That's all right. Too many colours. It happens. I want to do a big shout out to the Wavell Showgrounds. Wavell Showgrounds, the venue for this Great Southern Slam. As you can see, it's big and bright and airy, and they've got the heaters on as well. So it's rather comfy in here. A bit roasty toasty. Yeah,
a bit roasty toasty, especially for those of us participating in what I'm calling Funzy Onesie Sunday.
The more words, the better.
Absolutely. Onesies are very toasty warm. However, so is the heating, and so it's a little much, but it's all in the name of fun and bright colours. So I will continue on and maybe go outside where it isn't exactly toasty warm.
No, but it is nice and sunny. We're treated to some nice weather today. But enough about the weather. There's Derby to be had.
There is. That timeout looks as though it is done, and we have teams back on the track.
I think Tenacious is back on. Battling up the front here to get through, and she does. Gray's going to be the final blocker that she got past. Nice clearance work here by Slamby just to open up the pack, but Westside keen to get forward and able to reform. So that's, I think, Morgana Le Fay possibly. No, it is Recamrini.
Yep, Recamrini jamming for the Van Diemen Rollers.
Here we go for a scoring pass. And it's nice work. Slamby again with the big blocks on the outside. So able to recycle, and she's got to try again, Tenacious. Trying the inside line this time, no can do. So Van Diemen, that tripod, doing a much more effective job here in this jam. Nice stuff. But their jammer, Recamrini, is stuck out the front at this juncture, so it's very static. But there's a lot of power getting put to the floor here, trying to knock a hole through defensive walls.
Yep, Rennie once again getting recycled all the way back by the
Crotch Candy.
Yep, by the Westside Derby Westside Glory, I guess we can call them. And yeah, so she nearly gets out the front and then recycled all the way back. It's very disheartening for a jammer. I've seen it soul crushing, I believe, is
soul crushing.
Is a term I have heard jammers use, especially when it happens repeatedly.
That's because jammers never use hyperbole.
Never, ever. Not in a million years would they ever use exaggeration or hyperbole.
The Glory kick out to an 80-4 point lead. We're almost halfway through the first half. 16 minutes left to go on the clock. And you're enjoying this action from track 4 at the Wavell Showgrounds at Great Southern Slam 2018. Battling through the front, trying to get through. Oh, come on, is that, yep, Morgana Le Fay.
Morgana Le Fay.
Oh,
big
just
hit
clipped.
just as she tries to get out the front of the pack once again.
That was Massacre Jones with the final hit. Nice work by the hips. They don't lie. In fact, they say, get out of my track.
They certainly do, and some fierce blocking really happening from both teams here. We still don't have a lead jammer. No, now we do. It looks like it is Rory Spilmore.
Indeed it is, and Fatalicious doing some excellent offensive blocking in there to open up the pack for her. Big Shorty, I might say.
Big Shorty, my mistake.
That's okay. A lot of similarly coloured people on the track, so it makes it a bit tricky.
Similar build too, those two, so quite easy to tell them apart. Looks like now we'll have Rory Spilmore on to jam for the Westside Glory.
And it's going to be up against Locomotive by the looks. Getting set for the start of the next jam. Whistle is blown. Oh, nice work. Slamby, she is absolutely everywhere here. Monstrous and fierce. And this is fantastic blocking by her. Up the front, though, we've got Florence the Machine. And she's combining really well with Susie Cointreau.
Yeah, Locomotive there pushing through, and she picks up lead jammer, and the crowd goes wild. Lots of support here for Van Diemen Rollers.
Oh boy, it's just bodies getting laid out left, right, and center. Slamby, Grey's Anatomy, Big Shorty, all hitting the deck, all bouncing up straight away. And looks like Locomotive also hit the deck pretty hard when she was calling off the jam, but straight up.
Yeah, a bit of a ragdoll there from Loki, but she is back up and heading back to her bench, so she appears to be okay.
Score currently 83-7 in favour of the Glory. Danger Mouse on for Van Diemen, trying to wend her way through the front. She's meeting that wonderful tripod. Oh, he almost got through. Great lateral movement there by that west side tripod. And just losing the grip on the floor gives Danger Mouse the opportunity she needed to get through.
But she picked up a forearms penalty on the way through and is going to take a seat in the penalty box.
Golly gosh, done.
Goodness gracious me.
Tenacious is now the sole jammer on. Power jam for her. And getting forced down, that was the Beast, I think. Yes, it was. And the jam coming to an end on turn 3. So Van Diemen with the jammer starting in the penalty area. So it looks like they're going to stick on Big Shorty by the looks. Trying to take advantage of the few seconds left of the jammer penalty.
Yeah, other than that jammer, we have a full complement of players on the track now as Big Shorty takes this power start, but Slamby's having none of it.
Danger Mouse back on track. And Florence the Machine waiting for her recycle going on.
Some nice from Slamby, who then switches to D and takes out Big Shorty on the outside.
Slamby just stalking Big Shorty at the back of the pack. I think Shorty is now grateful to be at the front. Crosby ready to strike, but Slamby forcing Crosby out. Both jammers now free. Big Shorty now completing a scoring pass, 5 points, whereas Danger Mouse is on her first scoring pass of the jam thus far. Comes to an end.
Big Shorty calling it off there as Slamby takes a bit of a lie down on the track. Can't blame these people. It's quite tiring.
Yep, and the concrete is so inviting.
Nice and cool.
Glory on 99, Van Diemen's on 7. Still more love coming through the YouTube for VDR. We know they can do it. They just got to do it.
Some love there for Goldie Blocks from Westside Glory as well. And
oh, whammo. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's Roller Doobie. Straight on the outside. That was like the gates of heaven just opened and she just bounced.
Yeah.
So excited to get through, she had to slip over on the way. Oh, boy. Nice cleanup hit. That was from Massacre Jones. And getting called. Nice high five there as well. So friendly derby again. That's what I love about this. Someone does something awesome. Someone else says, yeah, nice one. Give a high five. Just 1 point for Roller Doobie, but that takes him to 8. Glory yet to trouble 3 figures. And let's get it on.
Oh, big hit there, taking out Tenacious. She looks like she's in pain as she is recycled all the way back, and Morgana Le Fay taking out lead jammer for VDR.
Grey's Anatomy working well with the Beast. Big recycle, and it's a back block called.
Yeah, back block called there on Tenacious, which means that Morgana has a power jam for the Van Diemen Rollers.
You beauty. Pack getting a bit spread out. Florence the Machine getting forced out. And
yeah, Slammy
forcing
doing
up.
some great O there to try and get her jammer through on this power jam.
Yep. And Tenacious just being released as Morgana Le Fay calls off the jam. So we'll be back to 5 on 5 for the start of the next jam.
Didn't see if there were any points there. Missed
There
that.
were.
There were.
Yep.
Oh, there we
Van
go.
Diemen's have hit double figures, 13. Glory still on 99. They've been there for a few jams now. So here we go, inside, outside, just zigging back and forth, trying to find a way through this defense, but the defense from Van Diemen is very wise to this. Big shorty, big shoulder block, multiplayer called against one of the Van Diemen rollers. That is Zendoga doing some great defense here, combining with Muffin, Jungle Muffin. So that was a long bit of D.
Yeah, a very long initial pass for Big Shorty before we had a lead jammer.
Yep.
And we still have Rakamurini trying to push her way through as the jammer for Van Diemen Rollers, but she gets off a star pass.
She does. So Jungle Muffin is now the jammer for Van Diemen Roller Derby. And Big Shorty getting the word from her pack, so she calls it off. Nice little gesture of thanks to her blockers to say thanks for letting me know that the star pass have been given. I'm going to call that off before any points get on. So great communication. Glory hit 107 and Van Diemen Roller Derby on 13.
There seem to be an awful lot of people on track at the moment, but I think maybe I'm just used to there being some people in the box.
You should try and crossing your eyes as well.
Oh, there's only 10.
There's only
There's
10.
Not 20. Yeah, no, that's right.
It's a bit early in the day to start drinking, isn't it? No, it's not.
Rory Spillmore now through for lead jammer for the Westside Glory.
Locomotive on for Van Diemen Rollers. Oh boy, a bit of a spill going on in front of us at turn 1.
Yeah, Florence Machine doing the damage there.
And it looks like someone's lost a bit of tape or something like that. So a little bit of rubbish on track.
Looks like a wristband. Actually, one of their entry wristbands has fallen off. Not really surprising.
I'm not surprised at all. They won't get into the after party now.
They will not get into the after party now. You will need a wristband to get into our after party. They can probably, go and get a new one from registration.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm sure they can. All right. At
One
the
of
end
the
of that
refs
jam.
nearly collecting it in their skates, though, so it might be worthwhile just pointing that out so nobody falls down.
Looks like someone's taking care of it now. Thank you, random spectator. It's a man with a beard. You can always rely on a man with a beard.
That's fair. We at Light City Derby believe that in spades. We have many bearded men as some of our most experienced members. So
Danger Mouse is through with Tenacious.
Danger Mouse puts the speed skates on and gets in front of Tenacious. Hard to say what's going to happen here, but Danger Mouse is through and has picked herself up 4 points.
You beauty. The Van Diemen fans at trackside go a little bit berserk.
Yeah,
And
Tenacious just waiting until her blocker gets out of the box there and calling off the jam.
And were there more points? There were more points.
More points and a bit more confusion. A few befuddled looks on the OSA Glory bench, but I'm sure everything will get sorted out.
The points gap an even hundy. 119 plays 19.
That's the kind of maths I like to be able to do.
That's why I did it, because just like, yes, I can add, subtract thingy.
Yeah, nice and easy maths there. Doesn't happen often, so we enjoy it when it does happen.
Commie math for the win. Let's go. Big Shorty. Nice skip through on the inside. Picks up lead jammer for West Side. And a big recycle going on. Morgana Le Fay
ZB's trying to recycle, but it looked like she actually took out her own jammer on her way to the penalty box there, unfortunately.
Well, that was silly.
Oh, it does happen. People just get in your way.
I know. You just get confused. You just got to take them out. Collect all the things. Call is the call, and call she did. Big Shorty calls it off. An extra 3 points. And no initial pass of Van Diemen. 122 plays 19. 2:24 left to go in the Foist Hof. Danger Mouse does rule. She is an absolute pocket rocket, and that's one thing I love to see is the little skaters who are wiry and athletic and bounce around like springs do their thing.
I actually enjoyed in the last game seeing Hexdet, one of the skaters for Light City Derby. Not a very big skater, but laying out some very big blocks on some of these skaters from Auckland, and disproportionate to her size were those blocks. I believe getting some high fives from the other team for the ferocity even of those blocks. So size not as important in Derby as you might think. Small but mighty is a good way to be.
Manic Adventure up the front for West Side at the moment on a scoring pass, but being held nicely by the Van Diemen defense. Roller Doobie out front and has completed her initial. So on a scoring pass, Manic Adventure looking at the bench going, what do I do now? I think get more points is the call, which is a good thing to do in roller derby.
Yeah, why not? Score all the points. Do all the things.
Roller Doobie now working her way through the pack and has completed a scoring pass, and she's hearing it from the Van Diemen fans on the side. Manic Adventure forced to recycle as well, so Van Diemen defense picking it up on this jam. This is excellent.
Yeah, Manic Adventure there. Just staying on track probably to try and get her blocker / pivot out of the penalty bin so that they can have a full complement of blockers for the next jam.
Zabeast taking on Sadistic Smell, and Zabeast coming up with the win. But it is Roller Doobie on the side at the moment. Looks like she's copped a bit of a something to the chest area, a bit winded, so sucking down a couple of deep breaths, making sure there's oxygen into the body, and then going to give it a try. Oh, she sort of barreled her way through, tunneled her way through, hits the deck, and that unfortunately gave her the defense. That was Biffy Kaleido. And, that's excellent.
Good sportsmanship there by Sadistic Smell.
Yeah, just making sure Roller Doobie was okay.
Giving her a bit of a high five.
Yep, and Roller Doobie making her way off under her own steam, so she'll be back very shortly. That is the end of the first half.
Already?
I know. It's gone so fast.
It's gone so fast.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. At the moment, it's an even 100. Again, 127 playing 27. Glory with their noses in front. Can they smell victory? Or is it just the coffee?
Might be the Derby stank, actually.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to open a window. We'll be back short.
Yeah, back in about 10 minutes with the second half.
Welcome back to track number 4. We're coming to the end of the halftime break. Just a minute and a bit left to go. If you're just joining us, g'day, welcome. It's track 4, the Great Southern Slam 2018 quarterfinal action. We've got the Van Diemen Rollers taking on Westside Derby Dolls, and the halftime score is 127 plays 27, with the Glory with their noses in front. Here you go.
I am in need of coffee, but since the
Coffee
only people
supply.
hearing this are not at the showgrounds,
Well, please come down to the showgrounds. Bring emergency coffee.
come to the showgrounds, bring a coffee, and I will be forever grateful. Hey, you never know.
Yay.
My husband has been listening in. Maybe he'll take pity on me and bring me a coffee.
Where are you, senor? Big call. Big coffee beacon in the sky.
He doesn't have a wristband, though, so I'll just have to leave it at the door for me.
Dope. That's all right. Yeah, I just had a nice little break with the Motor City Roller Girls, enjoying this from the side of the track here. So yeah, they're not playing the quarterfinals, but hey, you're here. You might as well watch some really awesome derby.
Absolutely, and
Here is some awesome derby. We're about to get things
some
going.
awesome derby. Doesn't look like it will be long now. We've got teams taking to the track.
Yep, Big Shorty on line for the Westside Derby Dolls. And I'm not sure who is the other jammer, but...
well, there are a few people in the bin. I can't see past that blocker as to whether it's a jammer or not.
No,
there is a jammer. We just can't see who it is.
Yep.
I was going to say, is it Jungle Muffin? But no, she's the pivot. I can't see
Could
who
be
that
Loki,
is.
I reckon, but we'll just see what happens when the whistle blows. We're out of time, so we're just waiting for the referees to make sure that everything is all set, and we're clear to go. Just waiting for everything to be ready and rocking. Not sure quite what we're waiting for, but now we're getting a bit of a hurry up.
Waiting for Axiom by the looks of things, and some officials, and we do have some officials sort of filling in for each other and people running around all over the place at the moment. So possibly just a bit of a delay as we get all of our officials back on the track.
Not a bad idea. Helps to have officials.
Absolutely, we love our officials.
Here we go. First jam of period 2 of this quarterfinal bout, and Big Shorty is through to pick up lead jam. Oh, pow pow, it is Morgana LaFay, and she is now through. Shorty just avoiding the outstretched hips of the Van Diemen Roller Derby blocker as the first jam comes to an end. So Muffin unable to stop Big Shorty, and it's 4 points. And the call, 131 plays 27. It's definitely a locomotive on now. And maybe Tenacious?
No, that looks like Goldie Blocks.
Oh, yes it is.
I can tell from her hair and her eye makeup. She has quite the bout face on today.
Slamby and Goldie Blocks just chest to chest.
Having a bit of WrestleMania out the front there, but it is Goldie past and through for lead jammer.
Locomotive getting a hand from the blockers, just trying to help force her way through for her initial pass. Meanwhile, it's the Zbeast at the back up against Zigoldi. Oh, Zbeast hits the deck. I felt that through my feet.
Yeah, I think the floor rattled a bit there. Big fall from Z-Beast, but she's
Speaking
back
of a
up.
big fall, there's 4 on the ground right now. And looks like perhaps it was 222. That's...
Yeah, Susie Cointreau.
Yeah, maybe took the worst of that.
Not looking great there. She's sitting up.
Yep. And St. John's just making sure that she's okay. So yeah, 4 players all going over at about the same time, and you don't want to be at the bottom of a pile like that.
No, it's not fun being at the bottom of a stacks on the track. So hopefully Susie is okay and she...
Yep, getting a hand up.
Yeah, back up on her skates and back to her bench area. So thankfully, hopefully, no lasting damage done there. Just a bit of the shock of being winded by lots of people landing on top of you.
Yep, just a little bit of TLC, maybe a little ice, and she should be back on track in the next 3 jams. So VDR very quickly out, occupying that pivot area. I think we may have a different jammer. Yeah, maybe not. Just trying to work it all out from a distance with my fading eyesight.
Plus the angle makes it very difficult to see who the jammers are. And if you think it's bad for us, spare a thought for the scorekeepers.
It is fun. That is Rory. So
Rory Spillmore. Scorekeepers, of course, having to note down the jammer number, preferably before the start of a jam, and it can be very difficult to see who that is from where they are sitting. So all props to them and all of our other officials, of course.
Some absolute ping pong going up on the back here. Direction called being called against one of the Westside Derby dolls, and a star pass. So that was Rory Recamrini, who was the jammer. Now Jungle Muffin has picked up the star pass.
Rory Spillmore goes flying off the track, and
that's
Z-Beast.
Yep.
Is it? No.
No, it was Zen Doggo who got pinged for that one.
Very similar looking names on the backs of their shirts there. My mistake.
Muffin completed initial, getting through. Looks like just waiting for... Yep, waiting for the blocker to be released. So Westside Derby Dolls will have a full complement of 5 and 4 for Van Diemen Rollers to start the next jam. They're sticking on Danger Mouse and up against Goldilocks. 152 playing 29. We're 26 and a bit minutes left to go in the game. This quarterfinal action coming to you from Wayville, Adelaide, South Australia. Great Southern Slam 2018.
It sure is. And we have 2 more jammers on the track. Again, can't really see their numbers, but it looks like it is Goldie Blocks for the Westside Glory, and
it's Danger Mouse as
Danger Mouse for Van Diemen Rollers. She is
your
out
lead jammer.
The front lead jammer.
And with a power jam as well. Cut track against Goldie Blocks. So it is all coming up Millhouse for the Van Diemen Rollers right now.
Trying to force a no-pack situation, and they managed to do that. Some nice passive offense there from the Van Diemen Rollers. It's been a little while since we've seen some good passive offense, like a bit of that. So
I like some very passive offense with absolutely no contact at all whatsoever. Thank you. That's just for me.
That's just for you personally.
Just let me skate around. Let me score points. Leave me alone.
Aren't you a ref? You can't score points.
I can. I can give myself points.
Style points.
I give all these refs lots of points. 1 million points each.
1 million points each.
They all win. They all win anyway.
It's true. Officials still undefeated, of course. Never beaten in a game of roller derby. Power start for the Van Diemen Rollers as Goldie Blocks starts in the penalty bin. I
think it's Morgana LaFay on it at the moment for Van Diemen Rollers. She's got one more blocker to get through.
Some super defense and
goes.
Super recycling by the Westside Glory, but Morgana is through for lead jammer.
The Beast nearly catching her, but Orion McFury also getting in the way.
And Morgana there calling it off before anyone can score any points.
152 plays 36. Van Diemen Rollers trying to do what they did last game and do a big catch-up. Westside's also, of course, going to try and stop them. And we'll see what happens over the next 20-odd minutes or so. A lot of derby still to come your way.
Could be some very exciting derby coming up, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to our live feed.
Locomotive picks up lead jammer for Van Diemen. Gets stonkered there by a couple here. That was Crosby Wheels and Smash and Fatalicious. But she is free of the pack.
As 5 Foot goes to the box for a multiplayer block.
Big Shorty is through with the jammer helmet cover in hand. Tease the star pass.
Beautiful also taking a seat. So not a lot of blockers left on the track for the Van Diemen Rollers. But picking up 3 points to nothing. So despite the lack of blockers, still getting a few points on the board and starting just to close that gap a little bit, inch by inch. Millimetre by millimetre.
Well, it's got to work a bit faster, the Continental Drift. There's not that much time. 23 minutes left to go. 152 plays 39. The Manic Adventure wending her way through the front. Just Muffin there at the front and has to let it go. Whereas Danger Mouse picks up a cut track penalty. So the power jam and the advantage goes straight back to Westside Derby Dolls.
Yeah, with only 2 blockers on the track, that was always going to be a tough one for them. But now, even tougher with no jammer on the track. Can't score any points when you don't have a jammer on the track.
So I've heard. Manic Avenger looks at the bench. Bench says, nope, go get the things. Manic Avenger nods her head. And she goes off and tries to get more things. The call-off now happening as one of the VDR. That is Zendogger heading to the penalty. That was a bit of a late end of penalty type of call. End of jam type call, I should say. So 3 on for blockers. Zabeast, Slamby, and someone else. Can't see the number, sadly. Let's see what they can do. Crosby, Wilson, Smash coming, doing the cleanup.
Yeah, just working to try and keep those blockers apart. That is Grey's Anatomy up there with the Van Diemen Rollers. Really just trying to keep them apart, keep them from being effective as a unit when blocking their jammer. And in as far as number 16 is through, Tenacious for lead jammer. It seems to have worked.
Danger Mouse trying to work the inside line, but Florence the Machine able to shut it down. Crosby, Wheels and Smash on the outside doing similar. There's a beast heading to the bin. Or Z-bin, I should say.
Haha. Danger Mouse still just trying to fight her way through the pack of Westside blockers.
Getting some help from Grey's Anatomy, but now the attention is switched to the back of the pack as Tenacious comes through for another scoring pass.
Yeah, that is 5 more points to Westside.
So slow recycle going on, Danger Mouse. Florence the Machine getting introduced to the outside of the track by Slamby. I think they both secretly enjoyed that exchange.
Yeah, quite possibly. Slamby there knocking her out of bounds to limit the recycling happening. I think as much recycling as was going to happen had already happened, but hey, it helps to help your jammer out a little bit, so good on Slamby.
Just under 20 minutes left to go in the second half. Glory on 178, VDR on 39. Wherever you are around this beautiful world of ours, thanks for tuning in. We love having your company. Let's play some more derby.
It is awesome to see the number of fans who have found our live feeds on YouTube, and we are very grateful that you listen in, watch, and put up with our banter, quite frankly.
Big Shorty, Lee Jammer approaching the back of the pack for a first scoring pass.
Very tight pack happening here on
yep.
the turn one.
It's turn one.
It is turn one. Yeah.
Reckham is trying to find a way through here, but it's proving to be tricky. West Side Derby, very solid and agile blocking here. Able
Just
to get
been
back.
some amazing blocking from West Side this tournament.
Yeah.
I saw it yesterday morning, and by the sounds of things, again against Murder City Roller Girls last night. So clearly working together very well as a team to keep those lanes covered and keep those jammers back.
Slamby being called, I think, for an out-of-play block, so she's heading off to the bin.
And we've had a star pass.
Yes, we have. So
Jungle Muffin
is
Jungle
now
Muffin
the jammer.
now, yes.
Trying to wend her way through the inside of the track backwards. Clips the inside track, so he's going back to try again.
Just stepping over the apex once again.
Yeah, that is fantastic blocking again from West Side.
Absolutely,
But
really
up the front,
covering those lines.
It's all happening. Zen, just with an outstretched butt, unable to make contact. And Rakamerini also getting in the midst of the blocking action as well. Bootyful, also on track for VDR. Oh, nice work from Zen Dogger. Nice little collection with the shoulder, forces the call off. And Glory now closing in on 200. They're on 196. Van Diemen Rollers on 43. We're hoping for that momentum shift just to get VDR back into the game for the sake of close score lines and tension and excitement. But it looks like West Side have actually got VDR's number here.
It does look rather like they have clamped down on the lead and plan on sticking there.
Around the outside goes Morgana Le Fay. Nice bit of jamming there, getting the speed down quickly. Rory Spilmore now free of the pack, but Morgana Le Fay is facing Florence the Machine, and frankly, that's scary. Quick call off, and it's points, 4 points for VDR. Nice jam. Timeout called by West Side. Actually, no, by Van Diemen. So, there you go. I'll do a quick shout out to AJ's Audiovisual. Thank you to AJ's for setting up all the mixers and mics and audiovisual gear for the Great Southern Slam. The reason you can hear us and see us is thanks to them. So please send your complaint letters to them.
Not quite sure that's how it works, but yes, we are very grateful for our sponsors of this event. And also, I think, to Adelaide Roller Derby for hosting such a great event here in Adelaide.
Absolutely. It's a monstrous task. They spend about a year putting together a Great Southern Slam. It's a big effort from everyone in the league. So we want to say a big shout out and thanks to Adelaide Roller Derby for hosting this event time after time. Of course, it's great having all these visiting teams come across, as well as friends and supporters. So thanks to everyone who's made the trip across to Adelaide this Queen's Birthday long weekend. Glad you can enjoy our beautiful sunny weather, our wonderful coffee when it's here, and amazing food and everything else that we have. So please come back again. Put it in your diaries for a couple of years' time. Hopefully we'll be back again for another one.
Hopefully. I can see the sun shining through a window over there, and I'm very jealous. I'd quite like to go out in sunshine right now. But no, I'm in here watching Derby, and that is also good.
I think that's better. Who needs sunshine when you have good times? Let's go. Loki Motive is the lead jammer now for VDR. Tenacious caught on the outside by Slamby, and that gives nearly a half track length advantage to Loki, and hopefully enough time to get some points on the board. She does see Tenacious looming in the rearview mirror and calls it off. 2 more points to VDR. 47 plays 196.
Axiom Addict having a think about that one before raising 2 fingers to the sky?
Not those 2 fingers.
No. Well, yes, but no.
I'll say no. Axiom's a nice boy. He wouldn't do that.
I don't know.
He's a nice boy.
I'm not arguing with that. His mum told you. Fair enough.
Yes, Goldie. Oh, wow, roar. That was fantastic. Roller Doobie just tiptoeing along the sidelines. Almost got free of the pack and got caught. Almost cleaned up Quadfather in the process as well, but Quadfather understanding that was just gameplay. It was not meant for him. So Roller Doobie, an absolute surprise pack at this tournament. Does not look like your classic jammer material, but really almost like a rubber band, really, just able to get into places and find a way through. That just an incredible jamming style.
Yeah, one of those jammers who almost, turn sideways and you miss her, but missing the recycle there from Florence the Machine and picking up a cut track penalty.
What a shame.
Roller
She was really doing so well.
She really was, but she will now take a seat and hand the power jam to Big Shorty.
Big Shorty nods the head and says, yep, I understand this is the situation. But so do the VRDL blockers. That was bootyful.
VDR, perhaps, not VRDL.
Oh, sorry. It's too many V's and too many D's and too many R's.
Yep, yeah, it's very confusing. It doesn't help. We actually have 2 ARDL leagues at this tournament. So
ARDL or VRDL?
ARDL, as in one is Auckland and one is Armidale. So, that's fun as well.
And there's 2 VRDL teams.
Well, there are multiple leagues have 2 teams, an A and a B, or a B and a C, as is the case for VRDL in this tournament. So 3 divisions means that some leagues have their A team in one league and their B team in another.
And that's great because more travelling, more fun, and you can have fun with your mates.
And more derby.
Absolutely.
Which is entirely the point.
We do have 48 teams here. Now, Rory Spilmore gets through, is lead jammer for the Westside Derby Dolls.
Roller Doobie has finished her penalty time and is back on the track for VDR.
Nice block there from 5 foot, but unable to stop Rory Spilmore. Goes through for a scoring pass, picks up 4 points. Nice combo, Bootyful and 5 foot, but Rory Spilmore able to stay in bounds and collect a 5-point pass. Roller Doobie recycled to the back. Oreo McFury, part of the damage committee there. Biffy Kaleido also in there. And looks like Roller Doobie lost one bit of equipment.
No,
so
it looks like she was attempting a star pass, but the
so
star became airborne before she could hand it off to her pivot, which means that wasn't a completed star pass, and so she had to do it again.
Well, she did it. Kayla just coming over to clarify the scoring order in that jam. Nice stuff. Jam refs needing to have, gosh, about 16 pairs of eyes to be able to see everything, but somehow they managed to see it all.
They do. Very impressive.
Yeah, having tried jam reffing, and now it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how they do it, but they do. It's amazing. Oh, here we go. It is a VDR lead. Morgana Le Fay has lead, but has been captured by the defense, but Goldie Blocks has been sent to the penalty bin, so it is a power jam. She does have lead.
Yeah, Goldie Blocks just putting a toe stop over the line and picking up a cut track penalty there, so that does give Morgana, it's Morgana, isn't it?
Yes, it is Morgana Le Fay.
The power jam for VDL.
All right, let's get it on. Still in, but finding it difficult to get past, decides to call it off instead rather than letting Goldie Blocks come back onto the track, and picks up 3 points for her trouble. So well done. Zendoga just rubbing her jaw as she was coming off there. I'm sure it's hard work out there, but a little bit of ice, and she might be back on. She'd probably come on back on straight away if she could. She's an absolute machine. A little bit of love for Danger Mouse on the feed. She's not on here at the moment. Looks like it is Loki Motive and also Manic Adventure.
It is Loki Motive with the lead jam for VDR as
Slamby getting a nice block there, trying to get the cut track call, but no can do. So Manic Adventure free, but the jam comes to an end before any points can be scored. 3 points for VDR. They have definitely crossed over 50. They're on 55 now, chasing down Glory on 223. We're 10 minutes left to go in this game. Winner, of course, progressing to the semis. And some semis coming up later today and early tomorrow as well.
Yep. The end of today's play will not be the end of the Great Southern Slam. We still have a whole day, well, most of a whole day of a roller derby to come tomorrow.
Let's call it a whole day. Danger Mouse on track and picks up lead jammer.
A whole day plus an after party. So, you know, that makes a pretty good day.
That's more than a full day.
Of partying there.
Some of the teams, of course, have now finished their Great Southern Slam, played their 2 games, not through to the corners. Their party has already started.
Yep, they are free to party already, so...
I think already a number of beers have been quaffed.
I suspect as much.
Great to enjoy a long weekend here in beautiful Adelaide. And, you know, once again, thanks to everyone for coming across. It's great. Let's get another jam on. Big Shorty teasing the outside line, but attacking and working her way around. Nice pirouette. Picks up lead jammer. Breckamrini trying to find a way through, but instead the jam comes to an end.
Yeah, Big Shotty being hit out there by the captain of VDR, I believe. Is it Jungle Muffin? Yes, and deciding, stuff that, I'll call off the jam.
I guess it's a luxury you can have when you're lead jammer. 225 plays 57, 8 minutes and change left to go in the game. 5 seconds is the call. Let's play more derby. Oh, nice shake off. Grace Navamy and Rory Spilmore, but it's Rory Spilmore who came up with the goodies. Cut track penalty sadly issued against Morgana Le Fay by the looks, so it's going to be a power jam to a West Side Derby Dolls. And so that has been called off, so it's going to give a power start to West Side for the next jam. 2 more points being added to the score. Just do a quick shout out to PhysioFit SA. Thanks PhysioFit for running your stand here over the long weekend. PhysioFit are the physio providers to Adelaide Roller Derby, the Adelaides and the Radladies, but the courtesy has been extended to all the skaters here over the Great Southern Slam. Thank you.
Yeah, you can get yourself some physio or some massage over there in the vendor village.
Goldie Block's back on. Game face on. And some big hits going up against Grey's Anatomy. Look at that. Able to get free though. And signals to the crowd to say, yes, I made it. I'm through. She is your lead jammer. Morgana Le Fay back on track. Jumps straight into the middle of that tripod of blue players and gets through the inside-outside move, trying to shake it off. Chased down by Oreo McFury.
Landing in the crowd there.
Whoops. That's one way to take home a souvenir from the weekend, I guess. A skate to the face.
Yeah, why not?
Timeout. Timeout has been called.
Yeah, timeout called by VDR. If the jam timeout, yeah, that's where she is pointing.
That is where the way she is pointing. That's what we aim for.
Who has called the timeout there?
Thank you very much to Rydell Skates. Rydell Skates, part of roller derby and roller skating for 70 years. That's a long time. A lot of our players and referees use Rydell Skates. They love them, and you would too. They have a fantastic stand here over at the Vendor Village, but also online is where you can go to find out all about Rydell Skates. Thanks, Rydell, for sponsoring the Great Southern Slam. A few seconds left to go in this timeout. More derby coming your way from all 4 tracks, so don't go anywhere today. There will be more quarterfinal action coming your way, as well as semi-final action coming up later today. I think it's Division 2 up next, Division 3 at the moment, Division 2 quarterfinal next game.
On this track at least?
I think all 4 tracks.
Oh, wow, okay. I'm off to track 2.
And I'll be off to track 1, so it's all going to be on like Donkey Kong.
Absolutely. Those games scheduled to start in just over 10 minutes.
We'll see what happens.
It's going to be a quick changeover, but we'll see how we go.
I have my running shoes on.
I do not. I do not own running shoes.
Put on your fast walking shoes then.
I own roller skates.
Manic Adventure through as lead jammer. Locomotive trying to hop, skip and jump, plus Florence the Machine. Florence the Machine saying nope. But Loki is now free and about nearly half a track behind. Manic Adventure now approaching the back of the pack and working away through for a scoring pass. Gets the points and calls it. 2:36 plays 57. We are 5.5 minutes left to go in the game. Thanks for all your comments on the YouTube channel as well, guys. People feeling love from Victoria and Tassie, as well as the supporters of Victoria and Tassie, from wherever you are. Thank you for being part of our live stream today.
Yes, the Van Diemen Rollers from a lovely part of Tasmania, the northwest of Tasmania. Some lovely coastline around there, some lovely food, some lovely people, some of whom are my family, so perhaps I'm a bit biased, but
it's a good place.
It's a good place, and it's a good place to play roller derby. Something in the air down there with lots of Tasmanian teams here, actually, at least 2.
Yep.
Maybe 3, can't quite remember.
Tenacious currently on track, has gone through for a scoring pass. Yep. So
and is that Doobie heading to the box for a cut track?
Yes, it is. So Tenacious with the track to herself as a jammer. Just has a couple of VDR people to get past. Manages to get through and calls off the jam. So it'll be a power start to the Glory as they start jam number 22. Nice crowd alongside the track here, enjoying the action here this afternoon. Thanks to all of them.
It's Devil Spawn down there now. We've had a bit of a revolving door of scorekeepers today, but now it's Devil Spawn.
That's what they do.
We had Leith, then we had Lobo, and now it's Devil Spawn. So,
well, we don't have we do have a rotating bunch of jammers. We've got Big Shorty on now for West Side, enjoying the power start, but Slamby has escorted her to the outside of the track. She's got to try again. And gets through this time to become lead jammer. Very much the speed skates on from Big Shorty and wasting no time. Roller to be back on track, met by the 3 wall of blue. Florence the Machine there, along with Crotch Candy. Grace Anatomy coming through to break up the party, though.
Tremendous defensive blocking there from the West Side Derby Dolls.
Yeah.
More recycling.
Crosby Wheels and Smash in there as well. Start pass being signalled by the referees, so it has been completed.
Yeah, Doobie has passed it off to
Slamby.
Slamby, there you go. Slamby trying to push her way through those blockers at the front. She's not, left-right data. She is, I will push my way through. And
but she's smart enough to know when she's got a no pass, no penalty. So
yep, smart enough to know when she doesn't need to see to cut. So
And feeling the love trackside as well.
Big cheers for Slamby there.
Nice stuff. All right, a little bit of a lottery being played in the middle there. Do you want to be pivot? I'm not sure. Do you want to pivot? No, I'll be pivot. Okay, I'll be pivot. Grey's Anatomy pulling on the pivot cover for VDR as we get another jam underway. Recamrini trying to dart a way through, but it is tenacious. No, it is not tenacious. It is Rory Spilmore.
It is Rory Spilmore. Recamrini just still trying to find her way past those west side blockers. Such a formidable blocking force this weekend so far.
Yeah, Maska Jones in the mix there, really lending a shoulder to the effort.
It looks like we have once again had a completed star pass, so Rini passing the star off to someone hiding behind the refs. I can't see who that is.
I think that might be Jungle Muffin.
Quite possibly. Jungle Muffin has...
Actually, no, it's Grey's Anatomy.
It is Grey's Anatomy. Jungle Muffin had been wearing the pivot panty quite a bit today, but no, this time it is Jungle Muffin. No, this time it is Grey's Anatomy. Blah, blah, blah. Too many names to remember. Too little coffee.
We're still waiting for this coffee emergency to
Emergency,
be resolved.
emergency. Emergency caffeine required.
Rory Spilmore, well, no caffeine required. Picks up a 5-point pass. Those pick pants making another circuit of the track, off to get more.
Oh, big driving push from number 89 from the US. I rather that's Massacre Jones taking Grey's Anatomy to the outside of the track, but she is through with the star in her hand.
Yep, that was the initial pass. And just completed, so... Zendoga being a little melodramatic on the track there. Yeah,
having
we feel
a lie
your
down.
pain. We feel your pain. It's been a long day. They've, to be fair, on Van Diemen, they had only one game off, and then came back and played this game.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time. Although I did see just before the Auckland Roller Derby Bolts warming up during halftime. They've had one game off, and they will be back for a semi-final on this track. A quarter-final, my bad. Quarter-final after this game. So, you know, once you get down into these finals, it is...
you got to dig deep.
Dig deep, all roller derby, all the time. You might get an hour off if you're lucky. So...
Looks like it's the end of the game, so... The
that went
final
quickly.
score, it did, but the Glory coming up with the win, 286 to 57. Van Diemen, roller derby, hold your heads up high. You have fought hard, and you've battled, and you've never given up. So well done.
Well done to VDR on making it this far in the competition.
Westside get to progress to the semi-finals. We will see them in action sometime later on when we find out where they're playing and where. But anyway, we will wrap this one up. My name is Pants.
And I will run off to track 2. My name is Willow Mina.
We'll see you later.